Penne and sausage has to be one of my all-time favorite classic Italian-American dishes. Now, a lot of recipes in books, online, I've seen them add cream, mushrooms, a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need in there. We're not going to have that. What you're going to do is you're going to start with a large pot of salted water. You're going to bring that to a boil. Here I have a pan heating over medium heat. What we're going to do is put about 1/4 cup of good extra virgin olive oil. Let that come up to temp. In the meantime, we're going to slice 4 large cloves of garlic. You want to slice them fairly thin, but not too thin. You don't want them to disappear once they hit that oil. So we're going to slice that really thin. In with the garlic. You're going to put the oil from a 1/2 can, 2-ounce can of anchovy fillets and a 1/2 can of anchovies. And this is not going to make it salty. It's just going to add that umami, if you know what I mean. And about a 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now what we're going to do is, I don't even have my spoons here. I have nothing. Because the studio isn't done, but yet I still have to eat. We're going to saute this until the garlic just becomes lightly browned. You don't want to make the garlic too dark, because the darker, the bitter. The more darker it gets, the more bitter it gets. Here I have 1 pound of mild Italian sausage links. I like using the links because when we break the meat up, I want to break it up into bite-sized pieces, and if I were to use the bulk sausage, I'll end up with chopped meat looking pieces of sausage at the final dish, and that's not what I'm going for. That's not what I want. So here, we're going to remove the casings and discard the casings. My family and my friends, they all love this dish, and I myself love it. It's one of my favorite meals to eat. I make this at least twice a month, and I can guarantee you, even the kids will love it. Okay, so once the garlic begins to brown, we're going to add the sausage links in there. And we're going to break the meat up into bite-sized pieces. I really don't want to go too small with the pieces because this is not a bolognese we're making. So break that up with a spoon, and we're going to saute that until they're brown. I want a little caramelization on it, and that's going to give it just the right texture that I'm looking for the final dish. And this is one delicious dish that your whole family is going to love. So what we're going to do is we're going to brown this. Just saute that until the sausage is caramelized and brown, and that's what we're going for. And that should only take about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and add 1 28-ounce can of tomato sauce. You want to add that in slowly because it can splash, and you don't want to get burnt. Believe me, it's not fun. So add that in and give it a good spin, and we're going to bring this to a boil. Okay, now that the sauce is to a simmer, we're going to continue simmering this for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, while that's simmering, we're going to drop our pasta. The pasta should only take about 10 minutes. You always want to cook it according to package directions. We're going to cook that to al dente. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. The only way to tell if the pasta is ready is to actually taste it. And that's perfect. That's al dente. So we're going to turn that off. And we're going to strain this. no need to reserve 1 cup of water because I have enough of sauce to complete the dish. Okay, so that's drained. This is going to be hot, so I don't want to get burnt. We need to remove it. What you're going to do is take the pasta and put it in the sauce. And we're going to mix that until it evenly coats the sauce and it thickens the sauce just a little bit, which should only take about not even a minute. Okay. And I gotta tell you, this is a winner. Give that a good mix. And what I'm looking for is the sauce to thicken and to evenly coat the pasta. And that should take about a minute. So we don't need this no more. You see, there we go. Now it's nicely coating the pasta. It's sticking to the pasta, and that is perfect. Now what we're going to do is plate and serve this with a side of Parmesan cheese and fresh basil. Clean the dish. Fresh basil, we're going to tear that by hand. The fresh scent of basil going in at the end makes a huge difference. And finish that off with some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. And there you have it. Penne with sausage.